You know that feeling you get right around this time of year? It's not just that the weather is getting warmer, it's this deep, restless urge for something new. If you've ever felt like you're living in a black and white world just waiting for the color to come flooding back in, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So today, we're not just finding movies to watch, we're finding the perfect cinematic catalyst to launch you into a season of brilliant, vibrant renewal. This quote it absolutely nails it, right? Waiting for something beautiful. That is the absolute core of spring. It's not just about flowers blooming, it's about that electric feeling of potential in the air, the sense that a really great story is just about to begin. Our mission today is to find films that are like bottled up versions of this exact feeling. Movies designed to take you from winter hibernation to full bloom inspiration. So we're about to go on a cinematic journey to bottle the very essence of spring, and we're looking past movies that are just set in spring. No, we're finding the ones that feel like it. Stories that just radiate new beginnings, quiet growth, and this dazzling, life-affirming light. We're going to break it down into 3 distinct moods, so you can find the perfect story for exactly the kind of renewal you're searching for, whether that's a gentle nudge or a full-on seismic shift. Okay, let's dive into our first mood. Because, sometimes renewal isn't about some massive explosion of change. Sometimes it's way quieter. It's that gentle nudge to finally notice the beauty that's been right in front of you all along, just hiding in plain sight. So if you're looking to cultivate a little bit of magic close to home, to find inspiration not by changing your address but by changing your perspective, these next 2 films are your perfect starting point. We're calling this first theme Magic in Quiet Growth. We're talking about films that explore patience, the delicate art of tending to your own soul and discovering the profound, often overlooked beauty that is hidden in the simple, quiet moments of everyday life. These are stories that teach us that the biggest transformations often begin with the very smallest seeds. First up is a hidden gem that I absolutely have to tell you about. This beautiful fantastic, you should think of it as a modern fairy tale, but one that feels incredibly grounded, tangible, and totally real. It's a story that is literally about making things grow, and it is steeped in the whole aesthetic of a world and a person awakening from a long, quiet slumber. So at the heart of this story is Bella Brown. She's this wonderfully quirky and shy, aspiring author whose life is a fortress of order and routine. But here's the catch. She's terrified of the chaos of nature, of plants, of anything unpredictable. Well, her landlord issues an ultimatum. Tame the wild, overgrown jungle of a garden in her backyard or get evicted. This forces her into this unlikely alliance with her grumpy, cantankerous neighbor. And the real magic of this film is watching Bella's journey. As she learns to nurture the soil, to understand the rhythm of planting and waiting, she's also nurturing her own soul. The garden becomes this perfect metaphor for her own life. Neglected, chaotic, but absolutely full of potential. It's a quiet, beautiful reminder that sometimes the most profound growth happens when we get our hands a little dirty and just learn to embrace the beautiful messiness of life. Okay, from that charming modern tale, let's jump to an undisputed animated classic that feels like a warm hug in movie form, Hayao Miyazaki's My Neighbor Totoro. This film doesn't just show you spring. It embodies that magical, slightly mysterious feeling of nature waking up from a long sleep. Now the story might sound simple, but that's where its power lies. 2 young sisters, Satsuki and Mei, move to an old house in the countryside with their father while their mother is recovering in a nearby hospital. And in the shadows of these ancient camphor trees, they discover this hidden world of magic and befriend the gentle, slumbering spirits of the forest, especially the magnificent, impossibly fluffy Totoro. What Miyazaki does so brilliantly is capture the world through a child's eyes, where everything is alive and full of wonder. There's no grand villain or epic conflict. The film's power is in its ability to reconnect us with the healing magic of nature itself. It's like a cinematic balm to the soul, a reminder that there is a deep, comforting magic in the world if we only slow down enough to look for it. It just brings this sense of profound peace that, let's be honest, we could all use a little more of. We are just getting started on this journey of renewal, and if the idea of quiet growth and finding magic right at home is hitting the spot for you, do me a huge favor and smash that like button. It really helps guides like this find more people, and of course, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss what's coming up next. Because what if your soul is craving more than just quiet growth? What if it's calling for a complete and total reset? Well, coming up, we're talking about the films that inspire big, bold, life-altering moves. You're not going to want to miss it. Okay, let's turn up the volume a bit. Because for some of us, spring demands more than just a quiet change. It demands a big, fresh start. This section right here is for anyone who has ever stared out a window and just dreamed of packing one bag, leaving everything behind, and diving headfirst into the great, beautiful unknown. These are stories of pure, unadulterated courage. And we have to start with the undisputed champion of fresh start movies, the film that has probably launched 1,000 impulsive trips to Italy under the Tuscan sun. This movie is pure, unfiltered sunshine on screen, a story for anyone who has felt their world crumble and dared to dream of rebuilding it somewhere absolutely beautiful. So here's the setup. After a devastating divorce shatters her life, writer Frances makes a wildly impulsive decision on a trip to Italy. She buys a dilapidated, centuries-old villa in the heart of Tuscany. The real genius of the film is how the house itself, which she names Bramasole, a name that literally means to yearn for the sun, becomes a central character. The painstaking, often hilarious process of restoring this broken-down home, from fixing leaky pipes to plastering crumbling walls, perfectly mirrors her own emotional reconstruction. Bathed in golden light and set against these breathtaking landscapes, the film is a vibrant testament to the idea that it's always possible to bloom again, no matter how harsh the winter was. It's a powerful, sun-drenched lesson in trusting the journey, even when you have no idea where you're going. Next up, we have another journey to a sun-drenched paradise, but this one has a slightly different flavor. Ridley Scott's A Good Year is just a gorgeous reminder for all of us to slow down, to breathe, and to seriously question the frantic, breakneck pace of modern life we so often get trapped in. So you've got this guy, right? He's a cutthroat London investment broker, a man completely addicted to the adrenaline of stress and the roar of the stock market. When he inherits his uncle's chateau and vineyard in Provence, his only plan is to sell it quick and profitable. But Provence has other ideas. The slow, sun-drenched pace of life, the taste of good wine, the scent of lavender in the air, rediscovering hazy childhood memories, it all begins to dismantle his frantic, cynical worldview. The film basically poses a vital spring-cleaning question for your soul. Are you running too fast? Are you so focused on winning the race that you've forgotten why you're even running at all? It's a lush, beautiful lesson in savoring life's simple pleasures, with cinematography so vivid you can practically feel that warm Provençal wind on your skin. For our final big reset film, we have an incredibly powerful visual catalyst for adventure. If you have ever felt stuck in a routine, like a prisoner of your own daydreams, then Ben Stiller's The Secret Life of Walter Mitty is the cinematic push you need to finally start living them. Walter Mitty is this quiet, unassuming photo editor at Life magazine. His real life is so monotonous that he escapes into these epic, heroic daydreams where he's the star. But when a crucial photo, negative, the one meant for the final print cover of the magazine, goes missing, his job is on the line. This forces him to stop dreaming and start doing. He embarks on this real-life global adventure that's more incredible than anything he could have ever imagined. Man, his journey across the stunning, otherworldly landscapes of Greenland and Iceland, longboarding down empty highways, leaping into helicopters, it's a breathtaking spectacle. This film is more than just a story. It's a powerful jolt of inspiration, a cinematic call to action to step out of your own routine and do something truly adventurous this spring. Okay, we've been to Tuscany, Provence, Greenland, and Iceland. I've got to know, which one of these cinematic, fresh start locations is calling your name the loudest? Drop it in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious to see. But remember, starting over isn't just about changing your location, it's about changing your mindset. So up next, we're talking about films that inspire us to open up to the world and to connection right where we are. All right, welcome to our final, most energetic chapter. We've covered quiet growth and bold resets. Now it's time to talk about films that inspire you to throw the doors of your life wide open. These are stories about the electric charge of human connection, the vibrant joy of creativity, and the incredible, life-altering magic that happens when you simply decide to say yes to life. Let's start with a film that feels exactly like a perfect spring evening. You know, when the air is warm and just electric with the feeling that anything, absolutely anything is possible. Richard Linklater's Before Sunrise is a masterpiece of conversation, a film that captures that lightning-in-a-bottle magic of a single, perfect human encounter. The premise is so simple, it's brilliant. An American guy, Jesse, and a French woman, Celine, meet on a train. On a total whim, He convinces her to get off with him in Vienna and just spend one night exploring the city before his flight the next morning. And get this, the entire film is basically just their conversation as they wander the moonlit, cobblestone streets. But the dialogue, it is so smart, so vulnerable, and so crackling with intellectual and romantic energy that it's completely captivating. They talk about everything: love, life, death, art, their pasts, their futures. It's the ultimate film about the magic of a spontaneous connection, and it perfectly bottles that hopeful, anything is possible feeling of a perfect spring evening. It reminds us that sometimes the most profound adventures are the ones we have with another person's mind. Now, if you're looking for a film that sounds the way spring feels, bright, vibrant, and full of life, then you absolutely need to see John Carney's Begin Again. It's this hugely positive, feel-good musical drama that is the perfect anthem for kick-starting your own creative project this season. So you have these two people, both have hit rock bottom, a disgraced, alcoholic record executive, and a young, heartbroken singer-songwriter who's just been dumped. Together, they decide to do something radical: record an entire album live on the streets of New York City with no money and no studio. The city itself becomes their collaborator: rooftops, alleyways, subway platforms, even a rowboat in Central Park. It's a powerful hymn to the collaborative spirit, to second chances, and to the idea of finding inspiration everywhere in the everyday sounds all around you. It will absolutely make you want to grab a guitar or a pen or a paintbrush and just create something beautiful out of the world you already have. And finally, for our last film, it's time to chug the ultimate cinematic energy drink. If you're still feeling any of that leftover winter inertia, the high-octane comedy of Jim Carrey in Yes Man is guaranteed to shake you out of it once and for all. The premise is so simple, it's genius. A man whose life is defined by the word no challenges himself to say yes to absolutely everything for one full year. As you can imagine, this leads to hilarious, unexpected, and totally chaotic results. But beneath the classic Jim Carrey comedy, there's this powerful and surprisingly poignant message about how a closed-off mindset keeps us trapped in a prison of our own making. This film is the ultimate energetic jolt to break out of a post-winter slump. It's a direct challenge to you. Just try it. Say yes more often this spring and see what incredible things, people, and opportunities find their way into your life. All right, I know that was a lot to take in. We have covered so much ground. From quiet English gardens to bustling city streets, from sun-drenched Tuscany to the icy landscapes of Greenland. So to make it super easy for you, I've compiled everything into one simple, high-value takeaway chart. Think of this next slide as your ultimate spring watch list, perfectly tailored to whatever mood you're in. Okay, let's run through this one more time, quick and easy. If you're needing that quiet growth to find a little magic in the small things, you've got This Beautiful Fantastic or The Gentle Healing of My Neighbor Totoro. Ready for a brave, fresh start? Let Under the Tuscan Sun or A Good Year whisk you away. Craving a real adventure? Walter Mitty is your man. And if you're ready to open up to the world to embrace creative energy and spontaneous connection, then it's Before Sunrise, Begin Again, or that high-energy jolt of Yes Man. Each film is perfectly tuned to help you channel that unique spring energy you're looking for. So, after all that, here is the big question. What will you watch first? Which of these moods, which of these stories is really speaking to you right now? Head down to the comments and let me know your pick. I'm really excited to see which cinematic journey you're about to start. I truly hope these films help you catch that perfect spring wave and inspire you to create something wonderful, whether it's big or small. Let every day feel like a scene from a great movie. If you found your next favorite film in this guide, make sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications for more inspiration just like this. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and we'll see you in the next one.